early in this game, and they've enjoyed it and held it.
Larry Johnson back in the game despite the 4 fouls. Oakley on the bench with 4. P.J. Brown has 4 for the Heat. Cummings fronting Mourning, gets it, kicks it back out. Hardaway doesn't need much time to shoot and drains it. But he kind of turned his ankle a little bit when he came down. He's limping a little bit, but that's one of those slight turns that you just run it off. The lead has now been cut to 6. And a foul away from the ball. This one's going to go against Tim Hardaway, and we'll have timeout. 3rd foul on Hardaway. Knicks will shoot. 2:28 remaining. Knicks lead by 6 here in the 3rd. Madison Square Garden, the Heat now by 13 at one point here in the 3rd have come back, and the Knicks lead cut to 6. Time for our Toyota matchup. The lead has been cut to 6 because Mourning with 12 of his 20 here in this 3rd quarter.
Tough matchup for anybody. Oakley hanging in tough, though, particularly in the rebounding department as usual. Charles Oakley getting a lot of passes off penetrations, hitting his jumpers tonight in the first half particularly well. Alonzo Mourning, though, on a steal, nobody behind, big enough to deal with him after Cummings missed the steal. He's had several of those tonight.
But right now, Oakley, who has played a terrific all-around game, he's on the bench with 4 fouls. Larry Johnson's on the court with 4 fouls. Well, Johnson is still limping as he's walking around the floor. Slightly turned his left ankle. He's had problems with both. Starks will go to the line to shoot 2. Starks, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. And the lead is 7. And Johnson, Oakley, each with a 4. Cummings now with 3. For the Heat, P.J. Brown has 4. Hardaway and Askins each with 3. Mourning only 1 foul.
You know that Jeff Van Gundy would like Oakley on the floor, though, for all or most of the 4th quarter. If he has to sacrifice anybody with the foul thing right now, I think it would be Larry Johnson.
Lead back up to 8. Knicks have taken 17 free throws, hit 15 of them. So getting to the line and taking advantage. Hardaway posting up Childs, cross the lane, tough shot, won't go, but a foul. And while we have a second, let's head up to the MSG Sports Desk and check in with Deb Kaufman.
Mike and John, the Nets are putting some pressure on the Knicks. They have already put their win on the board. Kerry Kittles with 21 as New Jersey beats the Celtics 117 to 104.
Hardaway hitting the first one. Thank you, Deb. So the Nets winning in Boston tonight. They're a team that is all of a sudden playing very well and playing with confidence. Beating the Hawks, the Hornets, the Knicks, and now the Celtics. Hardaway hits a pair. Lead is 6. Tim Hardaway now with 14 points, 10 assists. He's only 5 of 15 from the field, but he's doing enough other things. And he's playing 2-guard right now with Murdoch, as you see, guarding Childs.
On a normal night, it's 8 assists a game for Hardaway.
Childs feeding Allen Houston. Beautiful fake from Allen Houston. Puts it in. 2 Heat players flying by him.
Gone. They were gone on that fake.
23 for Houston, his 2nd straight. Terrific game. Mourning catches it as foul on the entry pass. As the Knicks try and surround him. Allen Houston picking up his 2nd foul. Mourning back to the line. Mourning very dramatic after every time he's fouled. So now Houston hit him on the left side right. Now that's the side where he had his cheekbone broken. Boy, that's a great fake. What a little, just a tiny little head fake will do.
Well, we're releasing the jumpers quickly too, so the defense is sensitive to that.
But that left side, that's the left cheekbone that was fractured as Mourning hits the first one. That's exactly where Houston hit him. Watch it again. The lead is 7. 1:48 remaining in the 3rd.
He's taking his time wisely.
(64-58). Alonzo Mourning 14 of his 22 in this 3rd quarter. Hardaway guarding Starks.
Larry Johnson trying to get Starks to use the pick. He doesn't do it.
Johnson will try again. Hardaway fights over it. 6 on the shot clock. Johnson shooting over Mourning. Cummings the hard rebound. Childs, that's a 2. It's good. Chris Childs providing some offense. 8 points for Childs off the bench. Knicks back up by 8. Little over a minute remaining in the third quarter. Mourning deep in the post, double, kicks it out. Good ball movement from the Heat. Askins, three-pointer for Keith Askins. And the lead cut to 5. Closest the Heat have been here in the third. Knicks led by 13 early in the period, and a blocking foul called on Murdoch, much to the objection of Pat Riley. Childs will shoot free throws. Murdoch picking up his first. Childs playing one of his more confident games. 8 points, 2 assists in 14 minutes.
Yes, certainly. Also, productivity-wise, the numbers you just mentioned are very big for him tonight. Big turnaround for Chris Childs.
Well, he'd been an important part before that ankle injury. Certainly an important part of the Knicks' success, helping spell Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward not used to playing this many minutes this long into a season. It's certainly the most minutes, a career-high minutes all season long, and you wear down, and you need that solid backup. Childs had been that before the ankle injury, but had really struggled since.
Looks like he's giving us a little Karl Malone prayer before the shot.
Ward with a little ice bag there. 68-61. Knicks lead by 7. They remain terrific from the line, 17 of 19. Childs in double figures with 10 now. Mourning, single coverage. Now Childs looks to double. Mourning against Cummings. Mourning just dumps it off. Won't go. Cummings the rebound. Both teams shooting 39% from the field. Both teams terrific defense tonight. Childs feed Cummings a little too hard. And for the Knicks, only their 7th turnover. The Heat have 12. 18 seconds remaining in the period and running. 7-point Knick lead.
Askins running around any pick he can find to get the basketball.
The ball movement. Askins wide open again. Keith Askins another 3. And the lead is cut to 4. Final seconds here in the third quarter. Allen Houston on the pull-up. Houston won't go down. And that will end the third quarter. Knicks led by 11 at halftime. Led by as many as 13 earlier in the third. But the Miami Heat have cut it to 4. Alonzo Mourning, 14 of his 22 in the third quarter. Meanwhile, Allen Houston, 11 of his 23 in the third quarter. 3 are complete. Knicks by 4. First set to begin, Madison Square Garden. Knicks leading the Miami Heat 68-64. Time for our Coke Classic play of the day, John.
Let's go back to the 1997 playoffs last year. Miami Knicks game 3, closing seconds of the game. The Heat need a 3. And they go to Mr. Three-point shooter, Tim Hardaway. Moving it around, positioning, so Hardaway will get the shot. He does, but the long arm of Patrick Ewing is there to stop the shot attempt and make sure the Knicks walk away with game 3. Final score, 77-73.
Although no target date still yet for Patrick Ewing's return, and nothing is certainly definite yet. Knicks fans hoping, but still has not received medical clearance. The Knicks are going to be very careful. They will not. Patrick Ewing's not going to play unless it's absolutely okay that he's not going to really cause further damage, because you cannot risk having the injury get worse and have him out for next year. But when we start the fourth quarter, the crowd has been wild all night long. An intense physical battle from the get-go. It's been a fun one to watch. Knicks leading by 4. As the Heat playing strong, they scored 31 points in the third quarter after having 33 in the entire first half. Hardaway. Fight for the rebound zone. Alonzo Mourning tips it out. And then Mourning putting it in down the other end and one. It was Strickland actually that tipped it out first, and Mourning with a chance for another 3-point play. Childs picks up his 4th foul.
Terry Cummings, all the Knicks trying to get inside to stop the inside play. But as it turns out, Mourning got an open shot with much smaller people around him. And you know Jeff Van Gundy's thinking about Charles Oakley now, getting him back in the game.
Mourning now 8 of 13 from the line. Van Gundy, just as you say, John, and Oakley comes in. The lead has been cut to 2. Cummings hard to the basket, blocked.